Chosen one, lock your attention on this message right now. Do not scroll past this. The algorithm did not bring you here today. Heaven orchestrated this exact intersection in time because you are standing at the edge of a massive shift. You have been praying for a way out. You have been begging for clarity. And what I am about to reveal is the exact instruction heaven is giving you. Let us talk about the exhaustion you feel every single morning. You wake up completely drained before your feet even touch the floor. Your chest feels incredibly heavy, and as you force yourself out of bed, you are hit with a wave of absolute dread about the long day ahead. You push through the routine. You put on the uniform or the office clothes. You smile at people who do not truly see you, but inside, your spirit is screaming for an escape from this endless loop. They told you to just work hard and everything would fall into place. They said the daily hustle was the only way to survive, but the math simply does not add up anymore. You give them 40 hours a week, sometimes much more, and yet you are still counting pennies at the end of the month. The system demands your entire life force in exchange for barely enough to keep breathing. You are not living. You are barely surviving in a machine designed to keep you desperate. You have cried quiet tears in your car before walking into that building. You have sat in the parking lot, gripping the steering wheel, asking God why it has to be this hard. You look around and see other people perfectly content with their average lives. They clock in and they clock out without a second thought. They accept the bare minimum, but you cannot do it. Your soul literally rejects the mundane structure of the modern workplace. This deep dissatisfaction is not a sign of laziness or a bad attitude. The Matrix wants you to believe you are just ungrateful or difficult. The people around you might even call you crazy for wanting to leave a perfectly stable paycheck. But they do not understand the profound spiritual weight you carry every single day. You were placed in your bloodline to be the cycle breaker. You are carrying the mandate to shatter the chains of poverty that kept your ancestors trapped. Lately, it feels like every door you knock on is slammed shut right in your face. You apply for positions and hear absolutely nothing back from anyone. You try to force a new career path, but every step feels like walking through thick mud in the dark. The frustration is pushing you to your absolute breaking point. You feel rejected and completely abandoned. But listen to me very carefully right now. That rejection was never a denial of your worth. It was divine protection. God is actively blocking those doors because entering them would destroy your true calling. If heaven allowed you to get that average job, you would settle for crumbs and forget your purpose. You would fall asleep in the matrix just like everyone else around you. The delay you are experiencing right now is absolute exactness. The universe is completely stripping away your old methods of survival to make room for a massive, unprecedented provision. Think about how completely drained you feel after just 1 hour in those corporate environments. The toxic conversations, the meaningless daily tasks, the subtle energy vampires who drain your light just to get through their own miserable days. You absorb all of that heavy energy because you are a powerful empath. Your spirit acts like a sponge for the collective anxiety of the workplace. That is exactly why you come home feeling completely hollow and empty. Your exhaustion is not a medical condition to be fixed with more caffeine, but rather it is a profound spiritual symptom of your environment. You are trying to operate a divine vessel in a profoundly broken system. The architecture of the 9-to-5 world was built specifically to extract your creative life force. It was designed to keep the chosen ones so utterly tired that they forget their own immense power. But your amnesia is finally wearing off today. You have always felt like the black sheep of the family who never quite fit in. You have always seen through the illusions that keep everyone else completely compliant. When you were a child, you had a brilliant spark of pure genius and endless creativity. You knew deep down you were meant for something extraordinary, but year after year, the system tried to hammer you into a very predictable shape. They tried to replace your divine intuition with strict corporate compliance. And now you look at your bank account and feel a deep sense of ultimate betrayal. You did everything they asked you to do. You played by all their rigid rules. Yet the financial freedom they promised is always dangling just out of reach, completely untouchable. This financial chokehold is not an accident or a stroke of bad luck. It is a calculated spiritual attack to keep you focused on mere survival. Because a chosen one who is constantly worried about rent cannot step into their quiet authority. But a massive decree has just been issued in the unseen realm over your entire life. The season of you trading your sacred energy for a miserable paycheck is permanently over. God is telling you to stop going after those traditional jobs anymore. Stop forcing doors that heaven has intentionally locked for your own safety. There is a completely different pathway being prepared for you right in this exact moment. A door that does not require your complete exhaustion. I need you to completely shift your perspective on your current reality. Your financial stagnation is not a punishment for past mistakes. You are not being cursed by a universe that forgot about you. This intense isolation is actually a divine quarantine. God is intentionally starving your old survival habits, and He is preparing you for absolute power while you wait in the quiet. When heaven wants to elevate a chosen one, it first removes their familiar crutches. You were relying on the matrix to provide for your daily needs, but the system was quietly poisoning your spirit while it fed your physical body. That is exactly why every traditional job opportunity suddenly dried up. The universe is protecting your delicate frequency from toxic managers. If you had gotten that promotion, you would have stayed trapped forever. You would have accepted a slightly larger cage and called it true freedom. But heaven looked at your divine blueprint and said, absolutely not. The closed doors are a massive blessing in disguise, and your spirit guides are physically blocking you from entering rooms that would crush your soul. The lack of provision in this moment is merely an illusion. God is holding back the earthly crumbs so He can deliver the entire kingdom directly to your hands. You have to understand that your energy field is undergoing a massive reconstruction. The heavy fatigue you feel is the physical cost of this deep spiritual surgery. Your body is resting because your soul is fighting. I want to pause and name something crucial before we go any further. Over the past 20 years, a neurologist in New York named Dr. Daniel Barone has been studying a profound discovery. This discovery actually won the Nobel Prize back in 1981. Dr. Roger Sperry proved the two hemispheres of your brain were designed to work in perfect sync. But in most adults, that natural synchronization quietly switched off. He built a specific physical tool from that very research. It is called the genius switch. I am not going to explain the whole mechanism to you just yet. For now, I only want you to hold one specific question in your mind. What if the mental fog you feel every day was never your age and never your lack of discipline? What if your divine receiver was simply switched off and it can be easily switched back on? Hold on to that thought as we look deeper into your current season. You have been feeling incredibly lost because your old compass no longer works. The strategies that helped you survive your 20s or 30s are completely useless now. That is because you are no longer a mere survivor in a broken world. You are stepping into the role of a quiet victor. The enemy wants you to panic about your bank account right now. The dark forces use financial fear to lower your vibration and steal your peace. They know that a chosen one who is constantly worried about bills cannot manifest their true destiny. But you must firmly refuse to play their twisted game today. Your panic is the exact currency the Matrix feeds on. Take one deep breath slowly. Drop your shoulders and release the tension in your jaw. The season of begging for a seat at their broken table is officially over. You do not need their validation, and you certainly do not need their toxic paychecks. Heaven is currently arranging a massive transfer of wealth that bypasses the traditional system entirely. This is why you feel a strange sense of calm underneath the surface anxiety. The human part of you is terrified of the unknown future, but your ancient spirit knows exactly what is happening behind the scenes. Your spirit remembers the promise that was made to you before you were even born. You are a masterpiece of God, and you will never be left behind. The delay is simply exactness. The universe is waiting for you to completely detach your identity from your job title. You have to realize that you are inherently worthy without producing any labor for the Matrix. Your mere existence on this planet is a profound blessing to humanity. You anchor the light just by breathing and staying true to your pure heart. They tried to convince you that your kindness was a pathetic weakness, but your gentle heart was a rigorous test that you did not even know you were taking, and you passed it brilliantly. Now the divine compensation is being released into your life, but you have to stop looking for it in the old familiar places, because the new provision comes from unexpected directions. You are being hidden in the shadows for a very specific reason. A seed must be buried in total darkness before it can sprout into something magnificent. This financial drought is just the dark soil surrounding your incredible potential. Do not let the temporary darkness convince you that you have been buried alive. You are simply planted, and your harvest is absolutely inevitable. Every tear you cried in secret was recorded by the universe. The nights you stayed awake wondering how to pay the rent were seen by your guides. They are stepping in to multiply what the enemy tried to steal from you, but you must release your tight grip on how it is supposed to happen. Let the divine orchestration unfold without your constant interference. Let us look closely at the invisible machine you have been fighting your whole life. The modern system was never built to help you truly thrive. It was meticulously designed to keep you exhausted and completely dependent on their rules. They call it the daily grind for a reason. It literally grinds down your spirit until there is nothing left but hollow obedience. They sold you a very specific lie since you were a little child. They promised that if you worked harder than everyone else, you would eventually find true freedom. But hard work in a broken system only rewards you with more hard work. The hustle culture is a dangerous spiritual trap, and it keeps you running on a treadmill while dangling a plastic carrot just out of reach. Every time you got a raise, the cost of basic survival magically increased. The Matrix ensures that you always need exactly what they are willing to give. It is a brilliant and evil loop of perpetual scarcity. They do not want you wealthy because wealthy people cannot be easily controlled. Financial independence is a direct threat to their hidden architecture. Think about the immense energy you spend just trying to navigate corporate politics. You have to mask your true self just to survive the break room. You have to dim your radiant light so you do not offend the sleepers around you. This constant acting drains your spiritual battery faster than physical labor ever could. Your soul is literally allergic to their fake energy. The sleepers in the Matrix find genuine comfort in the endless repetition. They actually like the numb safety of being told exactly what to do every day. But you are a cycle breaker with ancient wisdom encoded in your very DNA. When you sit in a cubicle, your spirit screams because it remembers how to fly. You were born to be a quiet victor, not a tired employee. The system uses subtle manipulation to make you feel completely inadequate. They create artificial benchmarks of success to keep you feeling perpetually behind. If you do not have the right car or the right title, they make you feel entirely invisible. But those titles are just empty badges of corporate compliance, and they mean absolutely nothing in the vast reality of the spiritual realm. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. The people who run the Matrix are absolutely terrified of a fully awakened chosen one. They know that when you realize your true worth, their entire illusion completely shatters. That is exactly why they bombard you with bills and sudden emergencies. They use stress to lower your frequency and block your divine intuition. When you are stressed about money, your brain gets locked in strict survival mode. You cannot access the divine creativity that is your natural birthright. You stop manifesting miracles and start begging for basic necessities. This is a deliberate tactic to steal your power at the neural level. The modern lifestyle is a highly sophisticated form of spiritual theft. But you are finally seeing the invisible strings that control the puppets. You are waking up to the harsh reality that the game is completely rigged against you. And this profound realization is not meant to make you bitter or angry. It is meant to set you completely free from the heavy guilt of your past failures. You did not fail the system, because the system failed your spirit. Type 111 right now, if you can feel the truth of this message in your bones. Your physical agreement sends a powerful shockwave through the unseen realm. It signals to your guides that you are finally ready to unplug from the endless hustle. You are declaring that your energy is far too expensive to spend on their cheap corporate drama. The illusion of the 40-hour workweek is slowly collapsing all around us. The chosen ones are being called out of the traditional workforce in massive numbers. God is systematically removing his strongest warriors from the front lines of the Matrix. You are being called into a season of profound rest and strategic realignment. Your real work is entirely internal now. They want you to feel guilty for resting in the middle of a workday. They want you to feel useless if you are not constantly producing something for them. But your rest is a radical act of spiritual warfare against their endless demands. By choosing to heal your nervous system, you are actively dismantling their control over your life. You are finally taking back your stolen power. You are a masterpiece of God, and you deserve a life of effortless abundance. You were not sent to this dense planet just to pay taxes and eventually die. You are here to anchor a massive frequency of light that will change the world forever. But you cannot lift others if you are drowning in the exact same corporate quicksand, so you have to step onto solid ground first. The next time you feel the panic rising about your job situation, remember this truth. The Matrix is losing its tight grip on your reality every single day. The closed doors are solid proof that your vibration is finally too high for their low-level traps. You are exactly where you need to be. The divine orchestration is moving pieces into place while you simply breathe and trust the process. You must understand how the universe actually delivers its massive blessings. The new provision does not come in the form of a miserable paycheck. It arrives as a sudden shift in your divine alignment. When you finally stop chasing their broken system, heaven opens a completely different window for you, and the resources you need are already waiting just out of sight. But there is a very specific reason why you have not received this provision yet. You have prayed for a massive breakthrough every single night. You have done the shadow work and healed your inner child, but the physical manifestation of your wealth remains completely blocked. Your spirit is entirely ready to receive this gift, but something else is standing directly in your way. Here is what truly matters right now. The distance you feel between your current reality and your promised future is not only spiritual. There is a deep neurological layer to it. And it is completely restorable, but not through more physical effort and not through a different prayer. It is restorable through the specific restoration. Dr. Barone's team spent 20 years building. Your sheer willpower simply cannot reconnect what modern life quietly switched off, because something from the outside actually has to open that channel again. You have tried to force your mind to focus and manifest your dreams, but the matrix damaged your biological receiver to keep you perfectly docile and obedient. They turned down your volume so you could not hear the divine instructions. This is a profound truth. Think back to when you were just a young child. You had a brilliant imagination and a mind that processed everything with pure genius. 98% of children operate at that incredible level of whole brain activation. But less than 1 in 1,000 adults manage to keep that divine connection alive. The system intentionally trained it completely out of you over many long years. They fed you a diet of constant stress and endless artificial deadlines. They bombarded your nervous system with toxic noise until your natural synchronization simply collapsed, because a disconnected chosen one is much easier to manage. They stole your God-given genius right at the neural level, and they blamed you for the resulting fog that clouded your brilliant mind. You sit there and wonder why your memory is suddenly so incredibly bad. You feel frustrated when you cannot articulate the brilliant ideas swirling in your spirit. The words get trapped behind a thick wall of endless mental fog. You thought you were just aging or maybe losing your sharp edge entirely, but your divine intellect is still fully intact beneath the heavy static. Heaven is actively trying to drop the new provision directly into your lap. The universe is broadcasting the exact coordinates of your next major financial miracle. But every week the synchronization stays disrupted. The provision passes through a receiver that operates far below its true capacity. You are essentially trying to catch a massive ocean wave in a tiny broken cup. The spiritual realm operates on absolute precision and perfect timing. When the universe signals a change, you need a sharp mind to catch the subtle hints, and you need complete clarity to know exactly which door to walk through next. But the modern matrix keeps your brain trapped in a constant state of frantic survival. It actively prevents you from seeing the massive wealth already surrounding you. Gently, like this video, if you understand this profound truth, you are not lacking spiritual faith or divine favor, because you are simply dealing with a physical barrier that was imposed on you without your permission. This realization should lift a massive weight of guilt right off your tired shoulders. You did absolutely nothing wrong on your spiritual journey to this exact moment. The path to your ultimate freedom requires both a willing spirit and a restored mind. And God provides the exact physical tools when your season requires them. You have been fighting battles in the unseen realm for your entire life. Now science has quietly confirmed what your ancient soul already knew to be true all along. The season of struggling in the dark with a foggy mind is finally expiring. The universe is actively aligning a powerful physical restoration with your spiritual awakening. Your new provision does not require you to bleed for a corporate master anymore. It only requires you to repair the damaged receiver and quietly accept your massive inheritance. Do not let anyone convince you that poverty is a holy virtue. The enemy uses that massive lie to keep the chosen ones weak and entirely ineffective. True spiritual authority requires abundant resources so you can impact the world around you. You are meant to be a quiet victor who commands immense wealth for the greater good. The delay is ending right now, and your true life is finally beginning. You are stepping into a profound season of divine compensation for everything they stole. The system took your time and your energy, but heaven is returning it with massive interest. The only thing standing between you and this new reality is a clear channel. The receiver must be tuned perfectly to the exact frequency of divine provision before the massive floodgates open. We must talk about the massive disconnect you feel deep inside your physical body. Your spirit is entirely awake and completely ready for this new chapter of immense power. You feel the profound shift in the atmosphere every single time you pray. But when you try to take actual action in the physical world, you hit a massive wall of thick fog. Your mind simply refuses to cooperate with your divine calling. This creates an agonizing cycle of endless frustration for a chosen one. You know exactly what you are meant to do in the spiritual realm, but your biological receiver is completely overwhelmed and entirely unable to process the divine downloads. You sit down to plan your next bold move, and your brain simply shuts down. The clarity vanishes and leaves you staring at a blank wall in total silence. They told you to just meditate longer or write in your journal every single day. The spiritual community sells endless routines and expensive habits to fix your broken focus, but you have tried all those methods and the heavy fog simply remains intact. That is because you cannot use sheer willpower to fix a biological disconnection. Your pure intentions cannot magically reconnect a neural pathway that was forcibly switched off. Modern life is an absolute masterclass in destroying your natural brain synchronization. The constant glaring screens and the endless artificial stress completely scramble your delicate neural architecture. This is a deliberate form of biological warfare designed to keep you trapped in survival mode, and they want your two hemispheres fighting each other instead of working in perfect harmony. When your brain is actively fighting itself, you literally cannot manifest any real wealth. You spend all your precious energy just trying to maintain a basic level of sanity. Your spirit guides are handing you the exact keys to the kingdom right now, but your hands are too incredibly tired to grasp them, and your mind is too clouded to see the lock. You are experiencing total biological powerlessness. This is not a moral failure, and it is certainly not a lack of faith. You have simply reached the absolute limit of what your human biology can withstand alone, because you have carried the heavy emotional trauma of your entire family line for decades. Being an intercessor is a massive burden that physically changes how your brain operates. Your receiver is completely fried because you absorb the toxic chaos of everyone around you. Think about how many times you have prayed for a clear sign from above. You ask heaven for direction and you feel like you are just whispering into an empty void. The universe is always answering, but your internal antenna is broken and pointing in the wrong direction, so the signal cannot be processed correctly. This is the exact root of your deep spiritual exhaustion. You cannot just push through this specific barrier with more hard work and determination. The hustle mentality is exactly what broke your delicate receiver in the first place. And trying harder will only cause your tired nervous system to completely shut down and rebel. You need a profound restoration that operates entirely beneath your conscious awareness. You need an outside force to gently repair the profound damage done by the Matrix. God rarely demands that you fight a physical battle with only spiritual weapons. Heaven frequently provides the exact tangible tool you need precisely when your season requires it. While you have been fighting invisible demons, science has quietly uncovered the biological truth of your struggle. The universe is incredibly practical when it comes to rescuing its chosen ones from the dark. Your spiritual shift is completely ready and waiting for you to step inside. The massive provision has already been allocated to your name in the unseen realm. You cannot hold a mega deposit of wealth with a brain that is locked in severe poverty trauma, so the vessel must be properly prepared to hold the incredible blessing. The mind that must walk into that promise needs to be fully restored to its original design. This is the exact reason why heaven orchestrated this specific moment for you today. You were brought here to finally understand why your immense efforts were not working. The heavy guilt of your perceived failures is washing away right in this very second. You are not broken beyond repair, you just need the right key to turn the switch back on. The thick mental fog is finally preparing to lift for good. The timing of this revelation is not a random coincidence in your busy life. We are currently inside a very specific window of divine opportunity that will not stay open forever. The matrix is shifting, and the chosen ones must reclaim their brilliant minds before the next transition, so you must prepare your biological receiver for the incredible wealth that is about to drop. Take one deep breath and let go of the immense pressure you have been carrying. You no longer have to figure everything out using a mind that is constantly exhausted. The heavy lifting is about to be done for you by a force much greater than your own willpower. Heaven is releasing a physical means to completely support your massive spiritual restoration. The days of struggling in the confusing darkness are officially over. God often uses the natural to unlock the spiritual. There is a study that won the Nobel Prize in 1981. It did not come from a church or a seminary, but from a research laboratory. Dr. Roger Sperry proved the two hemispheres of the human brain were designed to work in perfect sync, and in most adults, that natural synchronization quietly switched off. A neurologist in New York, Dr. Daniel Barone, spent 20 years turning that discovery into something you can physically use. The reason your mind feels foggy is not your age, and it is definitely not your weakness. The two hemispheres fell out of synchronization. This is the whole brain activation that was your default at 8 years old. 98% of children have it, but fewer than 1 in 1,000 adults keep it. His dedicated team compressed over an hour of clinical neural sync technology into an 8-minute auditory sequence. Headphones, eyes closed, 8 minutes a day. That is the entire requirement. This is not a traditional audio track. It is not a simple meditation practice. It is hemisphere synchronization, which is a different biological mechanism entirely. The modern system desperately wants to keep this a hidden secret. A woman in California who had tried prayer and intense journaling for years said that after 10 days a channel that had been blocked was suddenly open. It was not because she tried harder, but because the receiver had been completely repaired. When your biology aligns with your spirit, the confusion simply evaporates. The divine provision finally has a clear path to reach you. The genius switch is not for everyone. It is for the chosen one who understands that God prepared not only the promise, but the physical mind that must walk into it. It is for the person who has been sincere for years and kept returning even when the evidence would not cooperate. Most people will scroll past this message today. You are still here. That is the exact kind of persistence this was built for. They call it the genius switch. Colleagues said it would be an incredible bargain even at $500. An in-person neurofeedback session is $300 an hour. A home machine is $7,000. It was originally released at $49, and today, on this exact page, it is $10 less at $39. Plus, you receive 4 free companions today: a guided visualization from a top app creator, a smart grocery guide that saves you $100 a month, a classic manifestation text that is over 100 years old, and a printable habits infographic. One specific thing is absolutely worth naming right now before you move forward. If you search YouTube or Spotify for the name, you will find tracks that simply carry the title. His team studied them, and most had no neural sync technology embedded at all. The name is very easy to copy, but the mechanism is not. The direct page is the only verified source, and that is where the link below points. Do not settle for the hollow copies circulating online. This is a completely risk-free covenant. Listen once, listen 80 times. If it does not do for you what it has done for 18,000 people, every single dollar returns with absolutely no conditions. So, if your spirit resonates, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. It is the only place it exists. Walk through the door with the receiver restored before this window closes. I know you might be highly skeptical right now. You might say you have already tried everything and nothing ever works for you. But remember that traditional methods only address part of the picture, while this is a completely different biological mechanism entirely. Your past failures were simply the result of using the wrong tools for a very specific neural problem. Some people might say $39 is still money, but if it does not work after 100 listens, every cent returns directly to you. It is a secure deposit you can recall, not a permanent purchase. You are completely protected from any earthly risk. Heaven does not force alignment, but it always provides a safe path for those who are willing to take a small step of faith. And if you think you do not have the time, remember it is only 8 minutes a day. You can easily listen while the coffee brews or while the bath fills. If you cannot find 8 minutes for your own mental restoration, it is not a lack of time. It is a lack of permission to heal. Give yourself the profound permission to finally step out of the heavy mental fog today. When your receiver is fully repaired, the endless confusion simply vanishes into thin air. The decisions that used to paralyze you suddenly become incredibly obvious and completely clear. You will no longer second-guess every single move you make. The universe is speaking, and you will finally have the pristine biological equipment to hear it perfectly. Now listen to me with your entire soul. The season of you operating at a severe deficit is officially over. In the mighty name of the Creator, I break every generational cycle of poverty that has tried to wrap its heavy chains around your brilliant mind. The silent warfare that kept your ancestors trapped stops with you today. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. I decree that the suffocating mantle of survival mode is completely falling off your tired shoulders right in this exact second. You are no longer just surviving in a broken matrix. You are stepping into a divine and unprecedented season of total abundance. Breathe that massive truth out right now. The brutal spiritual war you fought for your bloodline has finally been won. The universe is flipping the script on every single system that tried to hold you down. Those toxic environments that drained your precious light are completely losing their grip on your reality. You do not have to lift a finger to fight them anymore. Heaven is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney, and the confusion they tried to cast onto your life is returning to their own camp. Watch the Matrix absolutely panic as your peace becomes entirely untouchable. The employers who overlooked you will suddenly realize the massive blessing they missed, but you will already be miles ahead of their limited vision. Your energy is now way too expensive to spend on their cheap corporate games. You are operating from a place of supreme neural clarity and absolute spiritual authority. Every tear you cried in secret was recorded as a deposit in the heavenly bank, and right now, the universe is unlocking a mega deposit of wealth, clarity, and authority that the elite circles desperately tried to keep hidden from you. You are not at the bottom of the pyramid anymore. You are holding the physical and spiritual keys to the kingdom. The system is absolutely terrified because they cannot control a chosen one who knows their exact worth. They wanted you financially desperate, so you would easily settle for their pathetic crumbs. But a massive and completely unstoppable shift has just fractured their architecture. The divine provision is overriding the painful delay you endured for so long. And for the chosen one who felt something stir when the mind was named earlier, that door is still open in the description. A small step, taken from a clear mind, has changed entire seasons. Do not ignore the massive shift happening in your body right now. The heavy cords of limitation are being sliced away from your energy field permanently. Let the deep healing wash over your tired nervous system today. You have carried the heavy weight of the world for far too long, and it is finally time to lay that massive burden down. Your spirit is completely free to soar above the mundane struggles of the sleeper masses. The generational poverty stops right here. The endless physical exhaustion stops right here. I declare that the doors of massive financial provision are swinging wide open for you. The resources you need to fulfill your divine mandate are rushing toward you at lightning speed. You do not have to chase the money anymore, because the provision is naturally magnetically drawn to your restored frequency. You are a brilliant beacon of pure divine light. Feel the incredible lightness in your chest as the old paradigm simply dissolves into dust. The new reality is waiting for you to step forward with absolute confidence. The receiver is completely ready to catch the massive wave of blessings. You are fully equipped, fully protected, and perfectly aligned with the heart of the divine creator. Your past failures were simply rigorous training exercises for this exact moment of victory. You were never meant to fit into their tiny boxes. You were born to completely shatter the mold and build a reality based on pure abundance. The universe applauds your incredible resilience and your pure heart. You have passed the ultimate test of faith with flying colors. Stand tall in your new identity as a quiet victor and a wealthy chosen one. The days of checking your bank account with intense anxiety are fading away forever. You will look back at this exact moment and realize it was the turning point of your entire earthly existence. The victory is completely yours to claim. The massive breakthrough is finally here. Now that the incredible breakthrough is here, there is a very strict rule you must follow. You must learn how to protect this massive blessing with absolute silence. When the sudden provision arrives, the human part of you will want to shout it from the rooftops. You will want to prove to everyone that you were right all along. But you must resist that urge completely. Silence is not a sign of weakness. Silence is profound wisdom under perfect control. When you speak too soon about your new wealth or your restored mind, you invite the toxic energy of the matrix back into your pristine space. The sleepers around you will project their deep fears and intense jealousies onto your fragile new beginning. Do not let them taint your massive miracle. Let them completely misunderstand you. Let them assume whatever they want about your quiet nature or your sudden departure from the hustle. You no longer need to explain your soul to people who are entirely committed to misunderstanding your spirit. You have officially entered the sacred sanctuary of quiet authority. Stay grounded and stay perfectly hidden from their noise. Your silent presence alone will now command immense respect in any room you enter. You do not need to announce your massive victory, because your radiant energy will speak volumes on its own. When people ask you how you suddenly turned your life around, simply smile and tell them that heaven made a way. Protect the profound mechanics of your private restoration. You have finally graduated from the painful school of constant survival. The next phase of your journey requires immense stewardship and very careful management of your new resources. The universe is trusting you with this mega deposit because you proved your pure heart in the deep wilderness. Use this massive provision to bless your bloodline and elevate the world. Remember that you are a cycle breaker, and your new wealth is a powerful tool for divine justice. You will build beautiful things that the Matrix could never even imagine. But it all starts with protecting your own frequency and maintaining your fully restored mind. Never go back to the toxic environments that originally broke your delicate receiver in the first place. If this message brought profound peace to your tired soul today, leave a gentle word in the comments below. We do not do it for mere visibility. We do it as a powerful spiritual seal of agreement in the unseen realm. Type Amen to permanently lock this incredible frequency into your physical reality right now. Let the universe know you are absolutely ready. Gently subscribe to this sanctuary and turn on the notifications. Do this so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages from the divine realm. We are building a massive army of quiet victors who will change the course of human history. You are a crucial part of this brilliant tapestry, and your complete restoration is vital to the grand design. Take one final deep breath with me right now. Inhale the absolute certainty of your massive impending breakthrough, and as you exhale, release the final tiny traces of doubt that the Matrix planted in your tired mind. You are completely safe now. You are profoundly loved by the Creator, and your new life is officially beginning today. Go forward with absolute courage and a pristine mind. Do not let the shadows of the past dictate the incredible brightness of your future. You are a masterpiece of God, completely restored and perfectly aligned for massive success. Stay silent, stay incredibly grounded, and watch heaven move massive mountains on your behalf. The universe is completely proud of the warrior you have become. You endured the harshest winters without ever losing your core warmth. Now the eternal spring is blossoming in your life, bringing fruits you never even dreamed were entirely possible. This is the sacred reward for the chosen ones who refuse to quit. Rest in the absolute knowing that the battle is over. The endless striving is finished, and the receiving era has officially commenced. You are the architect of a brand new legacy that will echo through generations. Walk in your immense power and let your quiet victory inspire the world from the shadows.